Hello and welcome to another video. And in this one I want to talk about a series that Corgi came out with called Corgi Classics, the Donington Collection. Here in Winnipeg, where I'm from, we have a small die-cast club that we meet once a month. And we discuss the hobby, bring models to show, and we buy and sell to each other. And a friend of mine from the club brought in these two. Since I'm a big Formula 1 fan, in 118th, 143rd, he brought in these and I snapped them up without even a second thought because, hey, number one, they're still in boxes and they're Formula 1 cars. Now these, of course, compared to a modern day die-cast model of a Formula 1 car in 143rd, are considerably larger. These are, I don't even know what scale it would be, kind of, they consider them, I guess, fit the box to a child scale, where a child would play with it because they are quite durable. So they would be either closer to a 1/24th scale or even a 1/32nd scale. Now these are quite, well, they're years apart, but they have the same, designation number of the Surtees TS9 and the Surtees TS9B. And I'll show you the back of the boxes where they sort of explain the seasons and of course we have pictures of John Surtees on the top of them, who was a renowned race car driver in Formula 1. I think he also did Can-Am cars, which was a series in North America, and I'm pretty sure he raced in Le Mans. So what I'll do is I'll open each one up and show you what they look like. I don't like doing unboxing videos, so I'll have to pause it, undo it, and I'll show you the cars. Now the first car here we see is a Surtees, the TS9, the Ford Cosworth V8. Now in the back of the box, they give you a bit of description on the car, so excuse me again, I'll try to read it out for you. The low-slung 1971 Surtees TS9 with its distinctive arrowhead nose was an evolution of the slim Angler TS7, the car which I made my debut as a constructor. That's a quote from John Surtees. The squatter low wheelbase chassis, finished in a blue and white colors of team sponsor Brook Bond Oxo, was designed to capitalize on the TS7's promising start. The car was competitive from the onset. I was out running in the opening Grand Prix of the season in South Africa in front of the eventual winner Andretti and his Ferrari, before being sidelined by gearbox failure. A string of top 10 placings followed for our low-budget new team. Some good performances were put in on the British circuits, with a third of the brand's Hatch Race of Champions and my second win in the Oulton Park Gold Cup. And that was written by John Surtees. Now the cars themselves in the box, they come with a nice little cardboard Donington little certificate of authenticity and the limited number of it. This one is 8,698 of 10,000 produced. As you can see, it's a nice stout little model. With its decent metal castings, white base with the Surtees TS9 F1 on it, because it's made in China. See the front and how, I guess, how the suspension would be. It's a very neat, very nice looking model. Now what I'll do is I'll replace it with the next one. And the same thing comes with a plaque of authenticity certificate with the Donington. And as you can see, it's a slightly different car. What you have is two side pods in the front compared to, we'll make a comparison, compared to the TS9. The B has these two side pods, primarily the same type of rear end, but the difference would be they went to a more weirdly shoveled nose compared to the other one, which, you know, they started doing for aerodynamics. They're very, very nice cars, and I will somewhere try to figure out where to display them, because they are kind of a little bit larger than you would find in today's more modern Formula One cars. But I think they're really, really nice. Now you could also see I've lined up a few different models from Corgi. There are some Matchbox that are roughly the same scale that came out, and difference in colors that also were brought out, but not in the special editions. That would be the Surtees version of Donington. So here's another Rob Walker one, the TS9, and it's the same idea, exact same car. But as you could see, the difference is, let's see if I can bring it in a bit closer, is the wheels. So you could see the wheels on this one are chrome spoked. These ones here are more solid, more plasticky looking. These are rubber. Those are plastic tires. Now this here, this section back here, is also fully plastic. Unlike the special edition one, which is actually cast metal. So there's two variations of the same car. Same number, same markings, John Surtees, but also so this would be an original release. This one would probably be just a collector's release. But you could see even in the shape of the driver's helmets, the driver themselves are smaller, not as detailed on this one as it would be on this one. And we also have, if I change the ones around, the same idea. In behind here are two versions, well, not two versions, two exact same cars, but various different stages of, one's more modern looking, and it's the same idea. The back part now, the engine, including all the, I'm not entirely sure what those are, but those would be, I guess, the radiators. They are in metal, unlike this, which is in plastic. Not a yellow colored windshield, but a clear. And the tires, of course, are different. Those would be on here more of like a rain tire, because they would be grooved, and these ones would be more on a dry. As you could see, the exact car, except updated slightly, and again the same thing with the drivers. I think I would prefer to have that driver in this car because of the way the helmet is. But the base on this one is painted white and that one green. Now Corgi, along with Matchbox, did, as I would like to say, this type of scaling for, I guess, children collectors and various other ones, such as this one here, which, as you could see, it's a Speed Kings. It's a, would be almost like a generic Formula One car. Kind of a strange looking wedge. But they also did one like this, and a good way to know the difference between would be Corgi and Matchbox is the groove on the tires, such as this one and this one, which what they call the speed wheels. So you could see same thing. They don't really give you a specific type of car. It's the Speed Kings, and it's the same idea, a weird little generic Formula One car. Then they did ones like this. Which, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure if this is, it's a number 7602, which would almost lead me to be a bit like a Solido, but I'm not entirely sure. But I'm pretty sure that one's a Solido. But it's the same thing. I mean, they're designed for the beginning collector. You know, they would almost be like they would be real type of cars of some sorts. And then you got this one here, which is a car you would actually recognize if you were a Formula One guy, which would be a Brabham BT44B. Same thing, it's a Matchbox. Of course the wheels are fairly beaten up on this one, but still, it's a nice example of what they were coming out with at the time. You also have like this is a Mclaren with the Corgi toys with the whiz wheels now, which are, I guess, what would these examples be with those type of wheels. Well, they give on the scale of this of 1, see if we could see it more clearly here, a 1/36 scale. So that's the scale that all of these ones are generally of that scale. So it's in between a 1/32 and a 1/24. But that's the Mclaren. I mean, they're relatively nice representations of the cars that they meant to be. For that type of toy. Now I also have off to the side here, because I'm running out of room, 2 cars of the same. This is a Corgi Toys. It's supposed to be a Shadow Ford. And I got 2 different ones. One is a Graham Hill because of his distinctive color for his helmet. And the same thing, those are Corgis. This one's missing the one hubcap on the side. It would be looking such as that. Pretty beat up. So, you know, if you find these out in a collector market and you see them like that, don't pay a whole lot of money for them, because they're, you know, they're made for children to romp around with. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this video. I'd like to thank everybody who is subscribed. I really appreciate it. They might not be many, but they are still liked and appreciated nonetheless. And for those of you who are new, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. And we'll see if we can make it better or even make it more interesting. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.